Welcome in, Star Wars Unlimited fans. I am Jeff Creasy of the Bothan Network, and
fuck's
we
happening?
are
What was
thrilled
that?
to be here with you with episode 4 of Cardboard Chefs. This is episode 4, The Revenge of the Ingredients. Now, we have, as always, an amazing panel of judges and contestants with you here today. First up, with the judges, Cluis. Cluis, how you doing?
Pretty good. A little tired, but ready to look at some nice decks and ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh off the top 8. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Congrats on the top 8 at your PQ.
Thank you. Feels good.
Yeah, and then second up, we have Tada, the surprise appearance return of Crispy as a judge. How you doing, Crispy?
I'm doing great. Glad to be back and ready to see what the chefs got cooking.
Yeah, super glad to have you back. Mr. Narchi, back again as a judge. How you doing, sir?
Doing great, guys. I skipped dinner and I am starving, so let's get cooking.
Yeah, let's get cooking. Tyler, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. Ready for some very Star Wars lore-centric trivia.
Oh, you know it. Tyler is the best at Star Wars lore. And then on to our participants. Returning participant number 1, co-creator of the show, Mr. Lego Pizza, Ian Klein. How you doing, Ian?
It's me. I'm here. I'm feeling frisky. I just booked a flight to Pittsburgh to go to a limited PQ.
Oh, yeah, limited PQs are fun.
Oh.
I actually did one of those this weekend. They asked for feedback. I said that the event ran really well. What I hated was when my opponents beat me. That was not on the event format, though. That was on me. But yeah,
I don't think they put
PQs
that
are
as
super
an
fun.
option on the survey.
Yeah, right. Then another show co-creator, Mr. George the Hulk Hudson. How you doing, George?
Doing fantastic. Just got back in Orlando from Houston and ready to cook up some ingredients having revenge. So
Yeah, and you
let's
remember
go.
which game we're playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
The one with lasers and blasters and lightsabers. Let's go.
Absolutely. And our guest today, I am super pumped. McClunky Gaming's own Getsu. Zach, how you doing, Getsu?
Feeling good. It's fun. Looking forward to being here. We're gonna
Yeah.
be working on a brew.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I made up a fun line about Getsu. He's one of the top American McClunky players, not named after a creature or a boat. So, yeah, very amazing distinction. Honestly, love all the McClunky guys. Super glad to have Getsu on. Love hanging out with all you guys at tournaments and stuff. Yeah, Tim and Claire, the whole team, just amazing. So, great job with putting together a good team of people.
I don't understand that last one at all.
Titanic, the
Yeah.
boat,
Oh,
Is
but
that
it's spelled...
or Grumpy Elephant, or Red Dragon. Like, they just got a bunch of... It was part of the
Not
Beato
wrong.
3v3 intro where he was, on a team of all people with creatures. I love jokes that I really have to explain constantly. That's how you know it's landing.
Okay,
Okay,
I now understand.
great start.
I mean, this has been a theme through every episode. I mean,
And I do love my terrible jokes.
It's okay. People actually come and watch this show for the comedy, so this is
All right.
They certainly don't come for the decks.
They definitely don't.
So,
I
if
don't know. I
anyone
think
is...
it's pretty spicy.
Yeah. If anyone's new around here, the rules of the kitchen that we have here, contestants are going to receive 5 cards to use as their secret ingredients. They then have 25 minutes to build a cohesive deck with those cards. The contestants are going to defend their deck to the judges both during deck building and after the deck building is complete, and then the judges determine a winner. And remember to take ingredients out of the freezer or you won't have a well thought out plan. So some of the factors that judges are going to use in their judging. Things like deck cohesion, the spiciness of the deck, the use of the ingredients. Note that's not just the number of ingredients, but how cohesively well they work together, how well you can defend why those cards are in the deck, and most importantly, vibes. We're very objective here. Now, a new rule of the kitchen. This is the second time for this. We're going to have 2 Star Wars related trivia questions. And the contestants are going to shout out their answers. The correct answer gets to choose a base the other players can't use, that being a base color. The same contestant can't win both trivia questions. And I'm going to ask the questions just now, and then after the ingredients, the contestants are going to get to choose the base color that their opponents are not allowed to use. So, trivia question number 1. Shout out the answer as soon as you know it. These are not meant to be difficult. These are based on Star Wars Unlimited cards. How many cards from the top of
5.
the deck does Commission
10.
let you search? George with the
It's
correct
10.
answer.
Dang it.
10. All right. So
I'm gonna
George,
take blue. I'm gonna take blue.
No, you get to look at the
you
ingredients.
get to look at the
Oh,
ingredients
that's right.
first.
That's right.
He's still gonna take blue.
He's still
I'm
going to
still
take
gonna take
blue.
blue,
We
yeah.
know this, but all right. So now this one is just for Ian and Getsu. Shout it out as soon as you know the answer. How much does Avenger Hunting
9.
Star Destroyer cost?
Are you
Notably,
sure?
when played legally and fully in aspect.
Sure.
I'm confident that the answer is 9 and
You
not 8.
should have photoshopped the Nate in there.
There was a photoshopped 8 version when I was googling this. Yes. All right. So after we do the ingredient reveal, George will get to pick one color, and then Ian will get to pick another. And they don't have to use those colors, and then Getsu will get to pick between the other 2 colors. And I think it'll still make this episode very feasible as we look at our secret ingredients, little used or historically bad cards sharing a theme. Now, as we know from for anyone who watched episode 3, the theme was episode 4, the movie. So now that we're on episode 4,
It's clearly episode 3.
our theme starts out with Anakin Skywalker, the leader.
Oh my god.
So, the theme for this episode is for the contestants to use Anakin Skywalker as a leader, along with various other cards, and obviously whichever villain cards you want to throw in.
So we have to use Anakin?
Yes, Anakin is your leader for this episode.
What the heck?
We're building. We're seeing.
I
who
didn't
can
sign
build
up for this.
cohesive Anakin decks.
Oh no.
You signed up for this. Getsu is the one I kind of feel bad for, but I really thought this was fun and want to see how this chaos plays out.
Okay.
To go with Anakin, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, the heroism yellow unit, who says when he deals combat damage to a base, discard a card from the defending player's base. You may play that card from the discard pile, ignoring its aspect penalties. Along with Obi-Wan Kenobi, I have the high ground. Choose a friendly unit. Each enemy unit gets -4/-0 while attacking for this phase. And then going to a different point in the same movie, we have The Burden of the Masters. I know
That's
the
not
art.
the same movie.
I'm explaining this, Ian.
Okay.
So the art on this card may suggest it is from a different timeline, but the Burden of the Masters is something that Anakin did not have to deal with, while our next secret ingredient did. Mace Windu. So Mace Windu, the 6/4 Force unit overwhelm. When played, use the Force to deal 4 damage to a unit. And there's kind of a bonus ingredient because everyone gets to play it for free based on the leader. But going with Mace Windu's Burden of the Masters, Force Lightning, which in the movie is how he decided to take a short trip down a long window. So these are our secret ingredients for the episode. And I am going to send the contestants an image of this so that they don't have to just memorize everything. And now our timer is going to start shortly. Contestants, you have 25 minutes.
Hold on. George needs to choose a base.
Oh, you're right. See, this is why we keep you around, Ian, for the big bucks. George, what color do you want to use and prevent your participant opponents from using?
Blue. Vigilance.
Okay, Ian, you cannot use blue. What color would you like to choose?
And now both of them can't use the color I choose, right?
Correct.
Red.
You choose red. Okay, and to be clear, this only affects the base color, so you can still use the villain cards with Anakin. You just can't use that color base to play your heroic or neutral cards in aspect. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Okay. Contestants, you have 25 minutes. Begin. And now we're going to go to the section of the episode where I'm going to mute and deafen our contestants while they get their set up. All right, so they can no longer hear us. So judges, how are you feeling about this this challenge here?
I mean, they all have the same leader, which is something pretty unique for Cardboard Chef so far. And they're each gonna have to find a way to stand out amongst the others. They've got that. There's some pretty obvious synergies that are gonna work well with some leaders and not the others. And I think George has a pretty significant advantage getting the Anakin unit in his deck, because that's probably one of the best payoffs for villain and hero cards in a deck. So it's going to be up to Ian and Getsu to try to see if they can find something that can match that.
Yeah, definitely. I know we always are worried on this show about having enough deck diversity, about making sure that people aren't just all building the same deck. So, Clueless, what are your thoughts on how different these decks are going to be, with the base being different, but obviously with Anakin you can still play all of the villain non-unit cards you want?
Well, I guess the beauty of selecting a leader and then narrowing down to like you can only play like specific colors. I think everyone's going to have something slightly different overall. Like Anakin kind of has like opens the doors to playing a lot of stuff. Do you just jam like the best villain cards you want to play in a deck, or do you try to be more creative with the color that you chose? It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. What do you think, Narchi?
I think we're going to see a lot of overwhelming barrages. I think we're going to see a lot of Power of the Dark Sides, probably some No Glories. I think Getsu is going to be a little bit at home. He's a big blue-yellow force guy, at least for Talzin.
Yeah.
He's on the yellow base, so
Talzin Yellow was one of his babies for sure.
Yep, hopefully in his element. Force Lightning we're going to see a lot of. But it'll be interesting to see if they can tie in. Like, I want to see how George ties in I Have the High Ground. I want to see what Getsu does with Obi-Wan and see what they can do thematically as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting card because it's hard for us when we're picking these secret ingredients to pick defensive cards, because it's easy to say, oh, well, when my opponent attacks, I'm going to, play this defensive card or this removal spell or whatever. So I'm interested how they fit it into their theme. That's a good point. Tyler, what are you thinking?
Just getting flashbacks to Worlds testing. We tried to break this card. And I'll just say that it ended with trying to go infinite with the father. And then we realized we had gone too far and moved on.
Yeah, I definitely I think I tried this leader in every single color when this set was spoiled. I'm fairly certain I tried every version of this.
you were one of the ones that were trying this pretty hard. I remember I gave up on it after about 20 minutes.
Do you think that anyone's going to try to fit all three of the Mortis gods in there?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, just to be more thematic in that way.
I don't know. I could see George doing that for lore reasons. We'll have to see.
But I don't know, with it being Revenge of the Sith, I'm not like the Mortis are. I guess they're the part of the precursor to it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, lore wise, there was only so much from Revenge of the Sith to go into. It's one of the ones where hopefully we get more lore candy for future episodes as sets come out, because it is really fun to do these lore based themes.
I actually just watched the Clone Wars season 7, like the last few episodes, and it's. I wanted to suggest Order 66, but I just don't think that you could actually play defend that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had the same thought, but it's just one of those. Well, yeah, if my opponent has Jedi, I'll play it. Like, it would be hard to actually make it fit a theme, even though lore wise it's in the theme. If they want to add it in and say I added this in for flavor reasons, they can totally do that. But yeah, it did make sense to have it be a secret ingredient.
Isn't there an upgrade that gives the Jedi trials, but you have to do something first?
Yeah, you have to attack. It's like when you get it gives you
It's like
Yeah,
three
it's
attacks.
experience.
Something.
It gives you
It gives experience,
Uh,
but you have like
yeah.
4. It
Mhm.
becomes a jet or something like that.
Yeah, it's like after 4,
Yeah.
like it's like on attack you get an experience, and after 4 experience you become a Jedi.
Mhm.
So you can't
I
put it on
remember
your
it
opponent's
was-
turn and
yeah.
kill it.
I remember it was one of the upgrades that you didn't play in the set where you played every upgrade limited.
True, it was so bad. All right, so who do you guys want to go in and talk to first here?
I want to talk to Ian. He's got some. He's looking at some really fun cards, and
He's
I
got a
wanna talk
lot
to
of
him about
cards
it.
in that list too. So let's see what
Poe Dameron was not in
let's
Revenge
see
of the
what
Sith.
Ian's cooking up over here. Welcome back in, Ian. How you feeling?
I'm feeling like okay, actually, somewhat. So I chose red because of Temple of Destruction. I think just generally Anakin like getting the Force in non-blue is kind of difficult because blue has most of the good 2-drops to get the Force immediately to start like turning it on.
Mhm.
So with red you get Temple of Destruction, and then you can play non-Force turn 1 plays that just deal 3 damage, and then you just hit their base and get the Force. So you get to play cards like Karis Nemec, which is really, really good, and
Mhm.
Green Squadron A-Wing, which historically amazing. Coincidentally, they're both rebels. So I added Chopper and Jyn Erso as other turn 1 rebel plays.
Love
Playing
Chopper.
Fleet Lieutenant, which also has 3 power, so he can turn it on. Cassian, great card, also a rebel. Red 5, great card, also a rebel. All of these all have 3 power, which is enough for Temple of Destruction so that you can keep getting the Force. I think the big payoffs are some of the other red cards in Hero, like Kiadi and Mace Windu. But
Mhm.
then you also can play out of aspect cards like Overwhelming Barrage, Emergency Powers, which actually I think is like the best add for Anakin that you could have. I think fully armed and operational is like one of the only ways to get ambush that is on a villain card. So you can actually use that to like ambush in a Poe or ambush in this Mace Windu, get the Force, and then deal 4 after you attack with him to do 10 damage to something. No Good to Me Dead, just like a good value card. I think Sudden Ferocity is just amazing, so I'm putting that in there. Aggressive Negotiations as well, because I'm playing Kiadi. One Way Out is just a really good way to... I think right now in the meta, there's a lot of really good when defeateds. There's Karis Nemec, Super Laser Tech. One Way Out lets you get rid of those when defeateds and overwhelm through them. Cham Syndulla is a rebel that has more than 3 power and helps you in the ramp matchups. So this is kind of where I'm at right now.
Nice. Clueless, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks interesting. I like the mono red aspect to this with the little splashes here and there to make use of Anakin's ability. I don't think I really have much else to kind of add to that.
Yeah. Crispy, thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think the temple is a really, really cool angle because red does not have a lot of great force units, or at least
early
force units, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and so being able to circumvent that and still, want to be able to use the force with your Anakin and with your Mace and with your Kiadis, being able to tap into red hero, specifically the rebel package, where that's where some of the best, early units are. I think that's really cool, and I'm super hyped to see emergency powers in this list as well. I think that is an awesome pickup.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Narchi, thoughts?
I find your lack of legacy run disturbing, but understandable considering.
It's cost so much.
It's only 7, man. It's only 7. No, I think the rebel as Crispy said, I think the rebel package is a good angle. I'm a huge Temple of Destruction enjoyer. Put a lot of work into that, but I think that with otherwise you're running Adi, Padawan, Youngling, and that's might be it. The Brawler if you had to. So no, I think that was creative and smart to go the Temple of Destruction route. You're also handsome too, but we'll leave that out of the video.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But yeah, no, I think that's I love aggressive negotiations here with Yadi, Mace. Poe isn't necessarily on theme, but he's probably one of the best cards. And if you can set up, I would love to see a fully armed and operational Poe because that would be hot.
Yes,
True.
sir.
Tyler?
Love being able to finally see Karis Nemec with an Anakin leader finally at once. Very, very creative to see that. Love to see it.
True. All right, Ian. Well, we're gonna let you get back to your deck building. Thanks
Cool.
for the
Thank
quick
you.
tour. Love what you're cooking up, and good luck with the rest of your 14 minutes and 43 seconds. All right, so that was really interesting. I really like the emergency powers angle there. I'm curious if that's just going to be in all the decks, because obviously it can be. But it's one of the cards that when Anakin was spoiled wasn't out, so you might people might miss the new cards even if they've played around with Anakin before. Who do you guys want to look at now?
Let's go to George.
Let's go to George. We will bring in George really quick as I figure out what is happening here. I know what's happening here. Ta-da! All right, welcome in, George.
Hello.
So, how you feeling about what you got cooking up over here?
Blue gives us some of the best early game force units, so I'm gonna go on that. We're doing some cool upgrade stuff. We're utilizing Anakin to not only get big force units with lightsabers, but also with emergency powers.
I will say that looks very red to me.
Looks very red to you. Well, we got some. Oh, is this the right screen? Or
No, I think Jeff needs to pull up the right screen.
Oh, sorry. That's on me. We had some technical difficulties. Had to fix them on the fly. You know when people say don't do live shows? They're right. So let's hey, look at this. Blue deck.
Hey, it's blue, my favorite color. So,
apologies, George. Carry on.
You're good. So I got fixed. So yeah. We're rocking early game force units, got some new toys, Lost Jedi, emergency powers, you know, upgrades like constructed lightsaber and Jedi lightsaber. Constructed lightsaber also gives a lot of our early force units Sentinel, which has synergy with things like I have the high ground, kind of giving you like multiple versions of Chirrut. It's kind of the idea, and of course you have Chirrut himself. So lots of capabilities there, and the upgrades also allow us to have some pretty powerful OBs to wipe the board, and Anakin's a fight deploy leader. So. And for our sort of late game, we have the Anakin Skywalker unit. Obviously, really easy to turn them on in this deck. And we have Flight of the Inquisitor to recur our Anakin, so even if they're killing them, we get to bring them back and throw some more upgrades on them and go to town.
Nice.
Yeah.
Clueless, what do you think?
No, I like the angle that this is going at. You got a lot of like Sentinels to kind of help keep some of your stuff alive. I like the inclusion of Force Lightning because you have so many Jedi. Like you didn't have to use Force Lightning, but you chose to use it anyway. You still have emergency powers. You got, you know, OB, kind of like auto includes in a way, just to help fuel that Anakin. So I like it, and I like the Inquisitor card to bring back your lightsabers.
Yeah, I think it was like it's like Force Lightning or Power Dark Side, right? That's like the obvious like dichotomy. Condemn doesn't really work out for obvious reasons. But I think Force Lightning is more flexible, and especially right now it's way more relevant. So you know, the shut off Karis or whatever. So yeah.
Definitely. Crispy, thoughts?
I mean, it's just I see George, and I know that he's going to be playing as many Sentinels as he possibly can. I'm honestly surprised that we don't see Kylo Ren's shuttle in here. You know, that feels like a great pickup.
If only if Anakin could play units, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. But I'm not sure I'm paying 6 for it. If it was Chancellor though.
There we go. That'll be in 2 weeks. No spoilers.
Yeah. All right.
Narchi, what are you thinking?
I think it needs more lightsabers, man. Where's the fallen lightsaber? That's a non-unit.
Yeah. So the villain lightsabers, fallen lightsaber. I don't know. I'm gonna give it another pass. None of them jumped out at me.
No, I
did. Lightsaber.
Ooh.
Maul's lightsaber with no Maul unit.
Exactly.
I like the defensively sided ones, so like it might be a 2-cost lightsaber to combo on the flip. Like if it's anything, it's probably like Kylo Ren's lightsaber would be one that like I might look at. But because like on the flip turn, you have the big lightsaber, the 3-cost one. You kind of want to pair it with a 2-cost. So that's probably like the right direction to go. If I wanted more lightsabers, but like if you have 6 of them, you're likely to find one of them by the flip turn. So
True. Tyler,
It just
thoughts?
paired well with the Inquisitor.
You do get points for Eye of the High Ground actually making sense in this deck. So
thank you.
And not just being thrown in. It actually like does something and like really does like make sense with what the deck is doing. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I like it. Good job, George. We'll let you get back to your final 9 minutes of cooking.
Thank you.
Good luck with the rest of the build.
Cool.
All right, now we're going to jump straight in, eventually, to Getsu. So Getsu, we just brought you back in here. Welcome in. How you feeling?
I suppose okay. I'm surprised nobody chose green.
Yeah, it's interesting that color choices, because I think blue was an obvious one just because of Anakin unit, really. Like, you get the auto villain discards. What makes you jump towards green?
Ewing. Well, I guess, I mean, if you're in red, you could just play Mace Windu naturally. But then if you can't play Mace Windu naturally, then you can get it out with Ewing.
I like it. I like it. What else you got in here that excites you?
Gotta have Amidala.
Absolutely.
Yeah, gotta have Obi. Well, any Obi. 2 Obis.
True.
Do we have to use the ingredients?
No. Only if they make sense for your deck. You don't have to just like jam them all in. But if you think it makes sense with what you're putting together, then you can play it. If that makes sense.
Thematically, Obi makes sense.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I like the basically you get both sides of Anakin, where you can just play any aspect with non-units on the villain and then units with the Ewing reinforcement. Cluis, what are you thinking?
No, that's what I actually really like the use of Ewing in this because of the fact that like you can play the Mace, you can play the Obi-Wan. I also like the slight splash of your events there, where it's like you have just the one high ground because he didn't really have it, and the burden of the masters. He was very close to having being a master, but not good enough.
It's there for the flavor.
Yeah, it's like having one of is like you tasted it, but you didn't have it.
I also really want to bring in the sister for theme, but
oh, I like it. Yeah,
Amidala, I don't know. It's like hard to fit cards in the deck.
Yeah, true. Crispy, what are you thinking?
No, I mean it looks good. I am concerned that the ingredients are only one of, like, you expect, with green you'd want to be trying to play the burden of masters a bit more. Although, I mean, I really like the splashing of, I can't push all on my one ingredient, so I'm going to sprinkle it around. I think the Ewing's really, really smart. And I think Gonk here is really smart, because being able to get your Gonk out into ETH Koth, you're able to essentially ramp on turn 2, right? If you're able to get ETH Koth to die, which is not something that Anakin has been able to do before.
With it to get the force. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like it.
Yeah. Narchi, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I agree with. I think I like the direction. I think Ewing's super creative. I think I've been looking at Burden a little bit in Yoda, just because top of the deck, things like that to get to. It's not card advantage, but I do think you could have a little toolboxy set up with a couple more of those. But I like the direction it went in. I think Ewing was super smart. The ramp angle with Consular with Gong.
This is saved. Amidala's not in it.
Yeah.
What's that?
The image that I had up wasn't updated for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, Swoody B gonna Swoody B sometimes. What can you
Oh,
do?
it didn't
I
save you?
got a game loss at a PQ because of that. So thanks, Woody B. No, I
Well,
won't.
okay,
Oh,
so
no.
what you were looking at was everything except Amidala's missing. It's supposed to be an
Okay.
Amidala.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Amidala is incredibly thematic for the lore episode too. We almost made her a secret ingredient, but it is just too good of a card, so we didn't want to.
Also seems pretty on the nose.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very
Amidala.
thematic to go with the Anakin, though. I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
Tyler, what do you...
I kind of wanted to also go yellow just because then it
Mhm.
could be the other Anakin. With
True. Yeah,
We dropped
absolutely.
them.
and then try to fit in. I don't know how that would work, but I was trying to think like how to fit it. I guess the yellow Anakin can fit in better with U-wing and going green, just for the theme.
Is R2 just here for lore reasons?
Partly for lore reasons and partly to have a 1-drop hit with Mace Windu.
So you can U-wing
With
into
U-wing.
6+1 for
Hmm.
7.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, so I was thinking about making R2 like a 1 or 2 of for theme
Yeah,
and
yeah.
for you can actually hit something with the 6.
I also think
I
it's
like it.
important too because you need to be able to dig to get to your U-wings as well. So I like the inclusion because like with Gonk, you can just play Gonk on turn 1 into R2 plus 3 drop on turn 2 and start getting the train going. I like the R2 inclusion.
Kind of was looking for more villainy to use with Anakin's ability, but I also
Mhm.
think maybe just going away from Force generation a little bit. It's just then the Force generation with Burden is good,
Mhm.
or Force units with Burden is good.
Yeah.
So I think Overwhelming Barrage and Force Lightning are enough from like non-unit villainy.
Yeah, I think that's totally reasonable. All right, so we're gonna let you. You got 3 minutes left. We're gonna let you get
Oh,
the.
God.
Yeah, we're gonna let you get back to your last 3 minutes, and finish up here, and we'll circle all back once the timer is done. Love what you got so far, and we'll circle back in a few minutes.
Sounds good.
All right. So, what do you guys think of what we've seen so far?
Wildly different decks for this being the same leader.
Yeah, definitely like very different directions. I was worried that basically Getsu came in with half of the aspects denied to him, right? So was he going to be at a disadvantage? But I think he found a really cool angle with the U-wing stuff.
I'm enjoying. I think Ian is very proud of his dish. He's just sitting there,
Yeah.
arms back,
I
tasting
mean,
it.
I like what Ian. I may like actually test out something similar to what Ian cooked up. You don't tempt me with a rebel aggro pile that shouldn't work. Like I will do it.
Tyler disagrees.
Well, Tyler disagrees about
Disappoint.
everything. That's why he's a judge.
He's
Tyler's upset because he
Am
sees
I
a mono red deck and
opposed?
it doesn't have Mr. Bones in it. I think that's the real reason why he's upset. at Ian.
That's the hard part is you have to play Mr. Bones for 3.
Yeah.
He's hard enough to play for 1. I'm not gonna lie.
I like George's angle. I think that's
Mhm.
using the I think the Flight of the Inquisitor is really cool to like recur Anakin and or Luke.
Yeah.
It looks like now. And then Getsu, like the U-wing was a really good call. Like not having the choice of options, and then being able to justify having some of the one-ofs that he had. I thought was clever.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really interesting that we basically have an aggro, a mid-range, and a control deck all here that just randomly popped up with the same leader. That's really cool. We're going into the final minute. It seemed like Getsu had some last-minute additions that he needed to make, or cuts. He might be over 50 cards here if we.
I mean, I really
he's at
like
50, he's
that.
at
Like
50.
both Getsu and George are still kind of like working, thinking. Ian's
Yeah.
just sitting there. Like, if you ever watch those cooking shows, the guy that just sits there, he always forgets something, right? He always forgot like an ingredient or something.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, we can see
Paprika.
he added some cards into his deck since we talked to him. I see the craving powers weren't there before, so he's
Yeah.
added some new ingredients
Wrecker.
too.
Wrecker.
There's one of Hot Shot Blaster.
But he
which-
cut down on a mace.
I'm
Yeah.
Cut down on
really
a mace and a
happy
lightning.
George added Obi-Wan because it fit the Sentinel theme and the high ground. And I was gonna
Yeah.
mention it before, but he got there.
True. Yeah. All right. So that is time in the round, as they would say. Let me bring our contestants back in, as that is time in the round. Complete this action phase and then complete one more action phase. All right, guys, welcome in. So for the participants, I want to get your side of it. What are your thoughts on how this on this challenge of everyone using the same leader? I'll preface it by saying there are 3 very different decks here.
I think it's cool. I think it works for a leader specifically like Anakin. I don't know if it would work for like generically good leader.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I
Ian...
mean.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, George.
Oh, I was say, Blue had a bunch of great forces to choose from, so I'm excited to see what everyone else picked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited too. So we're gonna start with Ian. So go ahead and tell everybody what you cooked up here.
Yeah, so this is my deck. It's called Rebels Takes Place during Episode 3, right? So I opted for Temple of Destruction because the early 2-drop force units, there's just not enough. And so by playing just 3 power guys that attack, or more than 3 power, you can get the force on turn 2 and start using Anakin's ability or other force enablers. So, I noticed that Green Squadron A-Wing and Karis Nemec were probably the 2 best options in each lane, in their respective lanes, and then realized that they're both rebels, so went down that path. I think Fleet Lieutenant's really great, just as a way to trade up. I wasn't really convinced Wing Leader is good in this meta, so I kind of wanted to just stick with just the Fleet Lieutenant and just kind of have like the early game Rebel synergy and not really care about it later on. With the use of Anakin getting non-heroic events and upgrades, I think Emergency Powers is easily the best get this deck has gotten. That card's just like a house. I wish I had more shielded units. I originally had Gungan Warrior in the deck, but it's not a Rebel, so I took it out. But if I had more shielded units, I think Emergency Powers would be even better. That being said, I still think it just kind of wins the game sometimes. I think Fully Armed and Operational is also another amazing card. Getting access to cards like Poe Dameron, Mace Windu, Wrecker in Red Hero, but not having a way to get Ambush is sad. So Anakin lets you get Ambush by playing Fully Armed and Operational. You're not plotting this card out ever. You're just keeping it in your hand. It's basically like Timely from hands. But you get access to it when you normally can't because of Anakin's ability. I think Craving Power is a huge boon as well because you want to protect your Anakin once you flip him so that he can keep using the Force. And the Craving Power lets you build him up, get a little Voltron-y. Other than that, we have some Force payoffs with Kiadi, Mace Windu. Force Lightning is really just going to be used on your flip turn to like remove an important threat. You don't have any early Force units, so you kind of just sandbag it till later. Aggressive Negotiations to close the game out after you've drawn cards with Kiadi. Hammerhead, similarly, drawing cards with Kiadi is good. You have Hammerhead. I'm playing 1 Hotshot Blaster. You can play it for 1, or you can smuggle it out for 5. It's just fine. In the sideboard, there was cards that I wanted to put main deck. I ended up putting them sideboard because they're really just for specific matchups. So One Way Out is good against when defeated triggers. Constable, good against upgrades. Cham, good against the ramp decks. And then, because it really is the theme of, Revenge of the Sith, I have Execute Order 66, and I Am the Senate in the sideboard.
Nice.
For when you really want to be on theme. If the vibes are right, and you think you're going to be able to beat your opponent anyways, you just sideboard those babies in.
Right, there's nothing better than being a Fleet Lieutenant away from lethal on your K2, and then you say Execute Order 66. Clueless, what are you thinking?
I just want to start off by saying that I'm disappointed in all 3 contestants that the Mortis gods aren't represented well at all. It would have been nice somatic with Anakin, but
You're not in episode 3.
If only you had given me another 2
That's what
minutes.
Tyler said. Or not you said.
What's been leading up to it?
Look,
Yeah.
they're Anakin decks, all right. But
If I was in green, it would have been in my deck. If I was green, I would have played the Father, Pal's
False.
Return, and Yoda, so that I can just infinitely Yoda people.
I do like the use of all your villain cards in the deck. It just seems to be able to utilize them well. I am slightly disappointed that you are only playing 2 Mace, 2 Lightning, and not 3 Mace, 3 Lightning, using your full ingredients.
I gotta defend Ian here, where I think that he specifically talked about how he doesn't have an early force unit. So I think the 2 Lightning is an homage to making a functional deck and not just putting in the ingredients to have them. So I like it.
I had 3 of both of them for a while, and as I added more cards, I just needed to cut cards, and I kind of wanted to have a suite of 6 drops instead of just always like Wrecker's really good when you have the fully armed, not good when you don't. Hammerhead's really good to follow up a Mundi, but if you don't have it, it's not that great. So having like a 2-2-2 split gives you a little bit more leeway.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Crispy, questions, comments, concerns?
I mean, yeah, when we talked earlier, I really like the temple angle. I think that's a really unique thing that Red can do. I am a little sad seeing you light on the secret ingredients, but otherwise, I think the rest of the deck is really cool. Obi and Craving both very strong for the Anakin slow turn. One non-bow I do want to point out is that Chopper and Aggressive Negotiations. Chopper does not have very aggressive negotiations.
He is
Fine,
the
I'll
aggressive
discard
negotiation.
my aggressive negotiations to the chopper.
There you
when I
go.
have that
All
in
right, all
Much
right.
better.
So as long as aggressive negotiations, you can just like write a little note that said discard this for Chopper. And, you're good to go.
Perfect.
Narchi, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Temple Destruction Angle is awesome. I think the having the access to ambush is great. I'm a little disappointed you didn't use all your time. You were sitting there, arms back for a minute or so, enjoying.
I felt really good. I really liked where I got to. I don't know.
You might have forgotten paprika.
To be fair, like this challenge is requiring us to mostly look at one color, so like
yes,
there's only so much that I can actually look at.
I'm just giving you a hard
And
time.
I can't pivot to another deck because there wasn't really another option.
No, for sure. I'm just giving you a hard time, but no, I like the angle. I think it's a super interesting take. It's kind of akin to what the Phasma deck was doing on the hero side. So yeah, I think it's interesting.
Tyler, what are you thinking?
Once again, genius to use Fleet Lieutenant to attack with Demic for 5. Really just finding out a way to attack with Demic for 5 is a great idea, especially in your Anakin deck.
Look,
Very-
I wasn't
very
able
much
to play
approve
the
of that.
other Anakin leader. What do you want from me? I'm doing my best here.
No. I
I'm
like
impersonating Anakin.
The Temple of Destruction's always been like a very close base, right? To like very close to doing something real, and I think this deck takes a good advantage of it. I like the off-color cards you're playing. I like the numbers. I think Craving Power is actually like very good in the deck.
Yep.
To put on the
I found
leader
it late
on
too
the flip
because I
turn.
forgot that you could do upgrades, and then I remembered it before it was too late. And then I was like, let me look through the upgrades, and I'm like, oh, Craving Power is easily the best
Just
option
this
here.
one.
Yeah, I think it's actually like
Fallen
close to
Lightsaber is really
minimum.
good, but not in my deck because I have like no early force units. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to like flip and put the Craving on the Anakin seems like really good.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
I like it.
Thanks, Ian. Moving on to George. Tell us about what you got here, George.
Yeah, so I got Vigilance Anakin. We got a plethora of juicy turn 1 force units, so rock a number of those. A number of them are neutral, so we can combo that with Constructed Lightsaber, get some Sentinels. So lots of protection there for when we're setting up our Anakin. That obviously has synergy with I have the high ground. We can even do things like 2-cost upgrade into another upgrade with Eye of the High Ground. Some cool stuff there. We have some solid force payoffs with like Chirrut and Itinerant Warrior, as well as using the Anakin ability. On the flip turn, we have OB, which is even more powerful in this deck because of the upgrade focus and cards like Emergency Powers, which gets our units nice and big. And why I want so many lightsabers? Well, Flight of the Inquisitor is a nice little way to combat the card disadvantage of losing 2 cards to 1 card, right? So you upgrade a unit. If they answer it, Flight of the Inquisitor gets them both back, the unit and the lightsaber, which is super nice. We have Obi-Wan to protect Anakin, even though he's a little unruly. We got that Sentinel there. And, of course, we have Anakin, the blue unit. There's a little Mortis reference for the judges. Yeah, really powerful when you have an easy way to get villainy cards into the discard. And then Luke to follow up his father's work. So that's the gist of the deck. We got some anti-space hate in the sideboard. I was thinking about should I like push it main to make it more balanced, but I really just came to the Kylo Tarkentown school of thought of, well, hey, if I'm putting all these stats on the ground, then that's their problem, not mine. So, have you seen my friend Yoda with 3 lightsabers on him? Let's go. So
the tri-wield.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's a thing. It's a thing. And we have enough upgrades to make it happen. And of course, emergency power scams are pretty real. So
definitely. Clueless, thoughts?
No, I like the angle. There's just a lot of way to protect everything that you're doing. You get to put lightsabers on stuff, and if they kill it, you got it back. I like the inclusion of Force Lightning because, it's an obvious inclusion because it's a Force deck, but I like that you're kind of splashing into that a little bit. You're a little light on the blue ingredient, but you kind of have like a half ingredient in the other, so yeah.
Crispy, what are you thinking?
I really like the Flight of Inquisitor inclusion. This deck seems like it can go for a long time. Anakin, when you're playing against these blue hero decks and you're like, all right, I'm counting the number of Anakins and Lukes my opponent has left. And then, you've got Flight of the Inquisitor and it's like, oh man, I have to get around to extra Lukes and extra Anakins. I think that's a really unique play. I don't think we've seen that from the other Anakin. So I think that is probably one of the best cards that are sneaky good for Anakin, really to grind. And all those lightsabers, you are pretty much it's a pay 2 to draw 2, and it's not even just drawing 2, it's a targeted 2. So you get the lightsaber of your choice, and you get the Force unit.
Or it could be Chirrut, or it could be immediate healing. Like it's a whole toolbox that you get access to that normal Force decks don't get access to.
Yep,
love it. Narchi, what are you thinking?
Really glad you got to Obi-Wan. I got caught. We switched. I wish you had more Obi-Wan for both thematic and the deck itself. Sentinel, you can give him the high ground. I know he's old, but he lived it.
The ratios, Narchi. You can't have that many 6 drops. It's not allowed.
4, 5. And would love to see Obi-Wan picking up that fallen lightsaber after he kills Maul for whatever number time. But no, I think it's really cool. I like the fact that you can have a space turret with Eye of the High Ground. Like that's really cool into the space swarm decks, and you get the high roll of 2-drop lightsaber to have an answer. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Tyler, what do you think about this deck that George put together here?
I'm a little upset you went down. You only playing 2 emergency powers, but I do like. I know. I just want emergency powers shirt. So, but yeah, I love Chirrut, love Yaddle, love Luke Skywalker, love Anakin.
You like the good
seems
cards?
like you have a lot of good cards. And
Yeah, the tough question is Fallen Lightsaber, right? Where it's like, I can run emergency powers and sure, but it's like, do I need more lightsabers for the Fighting Inquisitor? Is that more flavorful? That was the call.
The most annoying thing with Fallen is that you can play it on turn 2, but you have to attack first.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little awkward, but
That's my
still
fault.
like a fine card.
Same with emergency, right? So it's a different card slot.
Yeah. Emergency, no. You don't have to play that card in turn 2, though. That card
No.
Turn 6. Make that guy
for
huge.
Sure. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Look, I know I'm not a judge, but with your theme of going like I'm gonna recur all this stuff, why no Palps return?
Again.
Somehow he is not returned.
I guess it's kind of cool with
6-cost Luke.
Yeah, 6-cost Luke. Yeah. To me, it feels like I actually stopped the curve at 6 for most of the time I was looking this, and I was like, I just gotta put Luke in. So yeah. It's impossible that I do more.
At least in the sideboard for the super grindy matchups, right?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense because, like, to me, like the idea was I have so much card advantage with like the Fighting Inquisitor, the Night Sister Warrior. Like, I have the ability to like get extra cards that like I didn't feel like I needed. Palps return, like I just need to get cards in my hand, but it's a playtesting question.
I will say one thing that I like here is Concord Dawn has always felt terrible until you get to emergency powers and put 4 XP on it. Then I think it's going to feel real nice. So I like that.
No doubt.
I like that inclusion for sure. All right. Well, thank you for your submission, George. Getsu, moving on to you. Well, walk us through what you cooked up here.
Hello. So to talk about the ingredients first, wanted to, with High Ground, have Sentinels. I was thinking about Bright Hope as well, but deck was just tight on spots. And with Burden, just have a nice amount of Force units to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
With Obi, U-Wing, and Mace U-Wing, to be able to get them out of aspect. Obi just reasonably statted for 4 cost and can high roll on attack, maybe hit something nice. With Windu, adding R2 so that there's a 7-drop or 7 resources that can be spent with U-Wing, and then R2 also with just filtering. And then for Anakin, I was looking at Force Lightning, Overwhelming Barrage, Emergency Powers, and Craving Power. And I couldn't really see a way to fit them all in. I was thinking maybe going down with Force Lightning, try to fit more spots, but then there's just so many other things that I want to fit. I was also trying to fit in a Sun, which that clock goes by fast. So,
it really does. It really does.
When you pulled me in and you said I have 3 minutes left, I was like, oh man, I still have so many more things I want to get here.
Yeah.
So with Anakin, I decided to just stick with Force Lightning and Overwhelming Barrage instead of branching out further or like lowering the numbers of either.
Mm-hmm.
And the general game plan of the deck is just kind of like classic mid-range, just good value units. Gunk can go into a 4-drop and then into like Blue Leader or Amidala the turn after if it's still alive. Resupply can go into Blue Leader, Amidala, or Sisters there for the theme, but also like Force Base, so it works. Top out at Yoda if can get there. I was thinking about that could just be another 7 though, or a Father, but for the sake of deck building, I kept it as Yoda. This was originally 2 just to have some more top end if the deck can get there. Kelleran, just good card, just like a lot of good value green cards. Typho. Luke, yeah. I was a little low on 3/2 body. Isn't that great? Even though he has the Force, which is nice for Force generation. But like one thing with Sith Assassin that I found is there are still like openers that it's fine into. It can trade 1-for-1 with. If the deck has initiative, then it's always getting Force. If it doesn't have initiative, then at least it can trade with Sabine unit. It can trade with Ogdo Bogdo, so it's not like completely dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, just general game plan, just doing value green stuff with some nice flavor and theme.
I like it. Cluis, what are your thoughts?
about
Is anybody else having trouble understanding it?
Clueless got a
do.
little
Yeah.
robot-y for
Yeah,
me.
he's a
Hold
little
on a
bit.
sec.
Yeah.
He had some
Lewis
ISP work
says,
Go to
earlier.
the
"New
go to the
Battledroid,"
next judge, and
he has
then
entered episode 3.
he'll come back at the
All
end.
right, we'll go to Crispy, see if Clueless gets back with us in a second. It looks like he's freezing. He might be coming back in a second. Crispy, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah. I think Ewing does some really fun stuff here. We were mentioning earlier. I will say I am a little disappointed on the villains. Like, I understand wanting to have enough, not too many villain cards where you're flooded, but you have the right amount. I would have loved to see a bit more diversity there, but you have the diversity in the ingredients, which I also think is important and very cool.
Nice. Narchi, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I guess so. I think you did a great job accomplishing the goal. Using the ingredients in a justifiable way. Ewing makes that possible for a lot of those, especially like 3 of Mace. Mace is great. Even with the ramp or the gonk, I think it's reasonable to play that at 8. I think you're going to get there with the ramp. Resupply, ETH, cough, gonk, and then having the ability to splash all the ingredients is awesome. I do think high ground's probably a little bit out of place, but I appreciate the effort. And the R2, both thematically and to go with the Mace Ewing, I thought was super clever, man. So I think it's awesome.
Tyler, what are you thinking?
I actually like the Luke pilot because it makes your Burden of Masters turned on. You need a force unit in the yard to get that thing going. And it certainly, Luke does love to die in this format. It's what he's best at. 3-2s are made to die right now.
Could add a Sparkle.
Yeah, I do like, Ewing is a nice way to, fit in all these cards. You do have the daughter. I know people were asking about the trio of the whatever they're called.
Mortis guy.
Yeah, of course.
Lore King? I thought you were Lore.
I am the Lore King, as everyone knows. Yeah, I actually also think I know this is just like a show where we just put stuff together. I think May 6 is the best he's ever been right now. Funny enough, as a side note, so the card's actually like well positioned. I think right now compared to how it's been like pretty bad last set. I think.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Getsu. So what we're gonna do now? So Clueless sent me a super special message. That phrase is apparently very hard to say. But he sent me a super special message that his internet died, and he told me who he voted for because he did get to see all the decks. So the other 3 judges, DM me who you vote for, and then we will reveal them in a dramatic fashion.
We're blowing something up, and it's not
yeah.
the Death Star.
Alvin is popping.
I thought we blew up the Death Star last week.
We did.
We blew up the Death
But now
Star
we have to
every
blow
week.
up
Somehow
Death
it
Star
returned.
2.
They made
Somehow.
another one. What do you want us to do about
Oh, way.
it?
No, they just blew up the Jedi Temple and everything inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say something, but the phrase actually sounds something I can't say.
Uh-huh.
Well, while the judges are deliberating, I will take this time to tell all of our viewers to please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Let us know if you like this kind of content, if you want to see more of it, who you might want to see on as a guest. Also, please make sure to go check out McClunky Gaming, Getsu's team. They have their own Discord server, YouTube channel, Twitch stream. They put on some really amazing tournament coverage. If you're watching this, you've probably already seen it before. But yeah, thank you for watching this. And now, the votes are in. The votes are tallied. Narchi, tell me first who you are voting for.
I'm going with Getsu. He got stuck with the the last choice of color selection, and he found a way to include all of the ingredients, or most if not all of the ingredients. Still don't think high ground applies, but using Ewing to make that work and have a semblance of a deck that actually looks like a good mid-range deck, I think he did a great job.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Crispy, go ahead. Tell me who you are voting for and why.
I voted for Ian. I think it's probably the most unique, and I'd say it's my favorite take on the Anakins, going into the rare base so you weren't locked into the force units, so that way you can develop a strong early game, be able to be consistent on the force to activate his ability, and he has a wide variety of villain cards to use. He hits all 6 aspects, which I think is really cool, and so yeah, I'm voting for Ian.
Yeah, Tyler, why don't you get into who you voted for and why?
I voted for George. I think that he used his ingredient the best that I have the high ground. I think he really found a way to make that card like not only just kind of thrown in, but actually like a deck fully built around it and play really well with it, along with using Anakin well and having a good cohesive deck around it.
Yeah. So this is very exciting and is a Cardboard Chef's first. Now, we haven't actually said the rule before, but technically if there is a tie, I am the tie-breaking vote. However, we don't actually have a tie because Cluis told me who he is voting for. So now, basically, Cluis is the deciding vote here with 1 apiece. And I can now announce,
It's not me. I already
with
know.
no further ado, and no more gilding the lily, the winner of episode 4 of Cardboard Chefs is none other than our guest Getsu.
Well done.
Nice.
Winning the episode, everything was against him. Only had 2 color bases to choose from. Really loved the Ewing inclusion to get all the ingredients. Got to use Queen Amidala, who would have been an ingredient if she wasn't so good. So yeah, tell us about how this experience was for you, how you liked it. Tell us about anything you want to talk about. Tell us about your team. What's going on in your life right now that you're happy about?
Very surprised I won. Those other 2 decks were also very, very cool. So this was a pleasant surprise. Also because he left before I was able to talk about the Sun, because I really wanted that trilogy to be in there, and he had mentioned it too. But yeah, this was a very fun experience.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it. I know it's a fairly unique thing, so it's always interesting talking to guests to get them on and going through what the show actually is.
I don't know if I said it because I'm so incredibly tired right now, but the time limit, I wish there was more time. I know that for the sake of time, did I say that already? For the sake of time,
you talked about how it was tight at the end. Yeah, the first episode we only had 20 minutes, and we decided to add a little more on.
Completely understandable with trying to fit it in an hour.
Yeah,
but that goes by fast.
It does for us too. We were talking with the judges, and I was just thinking, oh man, we're supposed to be talking to the contestants now. We gotta get because it goes by fast for us too. I can only imagine how tough it is for the contestants.
Me and George have a couple of these in the past already, so we're getting used to the time frame structure. So we have somewhat of an advantage on you for that.
And
I think I had like 60 cards, and there's 3 minutes left, and I'm like, oh god. I still wanted to add more as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say my normal deck building process is much longer, right? I'm breaking down the ratios. I'm looking more into stuff. This is definitely more like vibes and concepts and like yeah.
We got a lot of vibes here.
I had to lean into that side, which is a little bit weird for my scientific tastes.
I love having you on the team, George. I build with vibes, and then I go to Tyler and George and be like, okay, where are my numbers messed up?
True.
Teamwork.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, that takes us to the end of episode 4 of Cardboard Chefs. I am Jeff Creasy with the Bothan
I
Network.
think you broke Narchi, bro.
I love that. I say that all the time when I'm commentating. I love that statement.
That is the
But,
first time I've heard that, and I enjoyed it.
But we are here. Make sure to check out all the stuff, all the cool stuff the Bothan Network is doing on this YouTube channel. Make sure to check out all the cool stuff McClunky Gaming is doing. Thank you again, Getsu, for being on, our lovely judges. And this is the crew.